any of you guys, but there are things that when I am able to do it, I have found work quite well. The first is to just be as incredibly and maybe delusionally positive as possible. It's a very cynical place out there sometimes, and that cynicism will eat at your energy and will eat at your potential. And to fight it, you should smile with every atom in your body. You should smile first thing in the morning. You should even force this is something that I actually do. If I'm in a bad mood, I actually force a smile. It releases things in your brain. You should smile with your mouth, your eyes, your face, your body at every living and non-living thing that you see. You should recognize that the grass is greener on your side of the fence. And even in the 1% chance that it's not, just convincing yourself that it's greener will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you find yourself in your life in an argument with someone whom you respect, whom you care deeply about, that's a time as well, and it's not an easy thing to do, but try to surrender your ego to the shared identity of the relationship that you have with that person. If possible, do the exact opposite of what your pride and ego tell you in the heat of battle. And if you have the strength to do it, right when you're about to try to give that last word and you're about to say the kind of maybe vindictive or below the belt thing, just pause, don't do anything, and try to just give them a super mega hug. Recognize that material loss or gain, we'll all have it, but when it happens, be upset a little bit or be happy a little bit, but keep it all in perspective. They're all silly relative to the things that matter, your health and your relationships. As much as possible, try to make people feel that you're listening to them. And I have a secret here. The best way to make people feel that you're listening to them is to listen to them. When you're stressed, and there will be times of stress in your life, just look up at the night sky and imagine the scale of the universe, the age of the universe, the distance to the next star, the other sentient creatures on other M-class planets who are also looking at the night sky. And think about that shared experience, the civilizations that have come by, and it'll put your problems into a little bit of perspective. If you can, take a walk through the woods, forget your name, your identity, your ambitions, and just for a little bit, for a moment, realize what you are, just another animal walking towards another mammal, and recognize that you're not quite sure why you're here, but you enjoy the ride and you love the mystery of everything that's around you and you want to explore it more. As much as possible, and this is something that's difficult and not something that I do anywhere near perfectly, but I try to build true empathy for everyone. And a thought experiment that I often do to get me into that frame of mind, and it's just a thought experiment regardless of your actual spiritual beliefs. Imagine that time isn't a one-way street, that you can go back in time, et cetera, and in your next life, you could be reincarnated. You could go back in time and be reincarnated as anyone. You literally, because of that, could be everybody in this room. And with that little mental framework in place, imagine that in your next life, you could be that person. You could go back in time and be that person that you're having the conversation with right now. Maybe that you're arguing with right now, or maybe the person that you're passing judgment on right now. And if that is the case, then in your next life, you will have to put up with the current self-righteous version of yourself. And so I want to just bring it all together with another thought experiment that I like to do, that helps me at least focus where I want to put my energies. Imagine yourself in 50 years. You're in your early 70s. You're at you're near the end of your career, and we're very good. We have a few models here if you have trouble visualizing that. But imagine at that stage, you're on your couch, 2062, and you've just finished watching the State of the Union holograph by President Kardashian, and you start to reflect on your life. You start to think of all of the successes you've had, career successes, family successes, the great memories that you've had. But then you also start to think about the things that you wish you had done a little bit different, your regrets. And I could imagine what they might be. You'll wish you spent more time with your children. You wish that you told your spouse that you love them more frequently. You'll wish that you had spent more time and told your parents how much you appreciated them before they passed away. And just while that's happening, a genie appears. And the genie says, well, I've been listening in to your regrets. You seem like a good person. I'm willing to give you a second chance if you are open to it. And so you say, sure. And the genie snaps his fingers and you blink your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you find yourself right there, right where you are right now, June 8th, 2012 in Killian Court. Some crazy guy is giving a commencement speech. And you say, oh my God, I'm in my 20-something fit, pain-free body again. I'm around my peers again. This genius was serious. I have a second chance. I can have all the successes, all of the adventures that I had the first time around, but now I can optimize things. Now when I see my classmates and I give them that hug at commencement, I can hug them a little bit harder. I can show them how much I care about them. Now that my parents are back, I can finally tell them how much I appreciate them. I can finally give them more hugs, more time. I can do everything better. I can laugh more. I can sing more. I can dance more. I can be more of a source of positivity for people around me and empower more people. And so here I am. You're truly honored to be your commencement speaker, just in awe of the potential that's here. The potential from, in this time that we're in, a time when the revolutions, the positive revolutions, are not going to be caused by generals and politicians. They're going to be caused by innovators like you. And in this time, to see you, the wizards of tomorrow, I'm just excited by what you're going to do with your second pass. Thank you.